today I am in the mood to make a cup of coffee, just like I make a cup of coffee every day. But today, the difference is, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Alright, so after grinding the coffee, what we want to do now is to pat it down with our finger so it gets a nice evenness to it. After this, once we pat it down evenly, we're going to tamp it. So the reason that we tamp it is to ensure that, you know, when we put it in the espresso machine, we get a nice seal around the edge of this portafilter, so that the water runs evenly through the portafilter and you get a nice, even, beautiful pull. Voila! Pretty. So this machine right here is a Rocket R58 espresso machine. This baby can pump out coffees like you're working at Starbucks. It's very unnecessary to have at home because you're pretty much not going to be making consistent espressos all day long, but it's a beautiful machine, so I got it. And I got it at a nice deal. So what happens now is we take the portafilter and then we put it onto here, and once we get it clicked in, we're just going to give it a nice turn to about 6 o'clock. See, so the portafilter should be even with the machine. And we're ready to go. Now we're gonna grab our scale right here. 1 click to turn on. Just gonna put it underneath there. And then our handy dandy $1 cup that we bought at the mom and pop shop. I'm just gonna place it on here. Reset the scale. So we pop this handle halfway up first. We let it sit for a little bit. It pretty much gets the water ready to be pumped out when you pop it all the way up, and the espresso machine will start to extract the coffee. Here we go. So I'm sure you guys have seen me do this on my Instagram stories a million times, but let's see if you can see. It's a little dark right now. Okay. Brighter. There we go. Beautiful extraction right now. Beautiful extraction. If you can see. A single streamline. It's looking good. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get an extraction of 2 ounces at 30 seconds. And it's close. 2 ounces at 28 seconds. You see the amount of foam inside the espresso. It looks very rich, very creamy, very full. So yeah, very close, not bad. Alright, our next step, what we want to do is we want to grab our milk. What I usually do is I like to go with 2 different types of milks. I usually go with the white Meiji, whatever this is. I go with the classic white, which is a thinner milk by slight, and then I go with the premium red, which I think just is the deluxe milk, the 4.3 deluxe. I think it gives a nice touch and it gives a nice flavor to the coffee. Overall, it gives like a very rich, a very heavy, nice thick coffee. Okay, now we're gonna throw our cup on there. We're gonna reset the scale. There's a little bit of coffee still in there from before I was drinking that. Usually for each coffee, it is a different amount of milk that you have to go with, and each one you have to kind of just see and test and see what you really like. For these beans that I'm currently using, I like to use about 9 ounces of milk. So the red's in, now we're gonna go with the blue. Give or take, 9.4, give or take. You can take a sip out if you really want. I also have these cute little ice balls from like an ice ball maker thing that I bought off online. Yeah, I kind of like them, they're cute. So now our final step is to put the coffee in the milk. I usually like to give this a little stir first. If you can see, there's a lot of foam on top. which I like, and I just kind of pour it in there. And then we're gonna give this a stir and give it a taste. Give it a shot. You see the color right now is a very dark brown, and as we stir it, we're gonna get a lighter and lighter brown. I usually do this by eye, so if I think it's too dark, I'll just add more milk, and if I think it's too light, well then I'm kind of screwed and I just have to deal with it. Alright, let's give it a shot. Keep it in my Hydro Flask. Hydro Flask keeps it cold all day long, which I love. You know, the beans that I'm using, I didn't say, the beans that I'm using today, I'm using Arabica beans from Arabica, not like I guess they're from Arabica. But yes, I'm using Arabica beans from Arabica Coffee, which I think are fantastic beans, fantastic beans. They have a beautiful complexity. When you drink it, there's sweetness, there's chocolatiness, there's just it's a very full-bodied coffee bean. They're originally from Kyoto, and they made their way around the world now, in Singapore, Hong Kong, different parts of Asia. I think they're trying to go into the US, I'm not sure, but these beans, this coffee is unbelievable, unbelievable. They are an expensive cup of coffee. If you do go and you buy them at the store, they are more expensive. As a third wave coffee brand, they are fantastic. They're quite possibly my favorite when I go out to buy a cup of coffee. They're just aesthetically nice. They have that little like percent thing, and their storefronts and everything are very nice. Most importantly, their bean is delicious. Their bean is delicious. So when you go to buy the beans, you can buy them in different roasts. There's a light roast, a medium dark roast, and a dark roast. You can essentially pick, and a lot of times they'll roast it on the spot, and they'll tell you to come back, you know, 30 minutes or so, and they'll give you a fresh bag of beans. But of course, when you get a fresh bag of beans, what you want to do is you want to leave it for at least 2 days before you put them in the grinder and actually use them, because the flavor from the bean has not 100% bloomed yet, in a sense. So you want to give it about 2 days before you start to actually drink the coffee. So yes, that's how I make a cup of coffee with Arabica beans today. See you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed that.